Hey guys, this is JJ here, disc golf bra in Ambassador. Yeah, I figured it would go. This is Goose and Simon. Alright, so I had my first event of the season this Saturday, my first sanctioned event. So I figured I would do it in the bag for those who are interested, and maybe even those who aren't interested but can become interested. So this is my bag. I had my eye on this for a long time. Didn't want to order one online, and then last year when I was at Marshall Street over by Maple Hill, I saw it on the top shelf and I said, that hand eye is now my bag. And I've used it since. One of my end of the year season goals is to get over 900 rated, and if I complete that goal by the end of the season, I'm going to buy myself a new bag, maybe a Squatch or a Grip, something like that. But I love my hand eye. I have my Ace Club tag, my bag tag from my local event last year. I placed 8th out of 40, which is a pretty big deal for me. That was my first event in any way, shape, or form. I've got my pins right here, got the Calvin pin, and then disc golf bra and the Jurassic Park pin. So to start off with putters, I am a roach guy. I putt exclusively with roaches. I did Logics for a while, but I love putting with roaches, specifically Jawbreaker roaches. So I have these two in my bag. I just put these in the other day. I've been struggling with my Brody roaches, so these two Jawbreaker roaches are my putters. But I couldn't go anywhere without my disc golf bra dad bod putter. This thing goes so straight. If I'm near circle's edge, it just, I don't know, it's great. I love it. It goes really straight, really good for lines. If I'm circle 2, I'll definitely do a step putt with my Jawbreaker roaches. And then I have these two Lunas in the bag for backhand up shots, or if I need to do a nice soft touch forehand up shot. I've got the Z Luna and then the 6 Claw ESP Luna. This one has next to 0 fade. It does not fade at all. And this one gets pretty decent amount of fade unless you really pipe it and burn it over. But those are my putters, beginning on my approaches. Regarding my other approaches, this is very weird. I have a very mixed bag, and you can see this in my approaches because I have my Toro, which I live and die by. If I have to do an approach anywhere from 70 to 150 feet, I'm going forehand and hyzer approach and just let it fade and settle real nice. It's kind of my bread and butter approach shot. I do that with a Toro. If I want to throw a nice hyzer approach, I have the 6 Claw zone. I have another 6 Claw zone that is slightly less overstable, and the colors go really well together. And just added to the bag last week, I got myself a Saki Slammer. I never tried one of these, and I finally gave it a go, and holy crap. I can turn them over pretty well with my forehand, and they are super beefy with my backhand. So this has found its place in my bag very quickly, and I love it. So those are my 3 approach discs, which brings me to my mid-ranges. I only have 2, and they're pretty similar theoretically on paper. I got a Lozado Hex and another 6 Claw Buzz. So I definitely got more 6 Claws than I planned to when they came out, but I mean, it's just so gorgeous. How can you look at that and just think, I don't need that? And then this is the coolest disc ever. So straight flying. I started using this on shots where I usually go forehand, maybe like an overstable forehand, aim off to the left and let it fade in. Just throwing straight at it with this thing. I mean, it's so awesome. I love it so much. Those are my putters and my approaches. Getting into my fairway drivers. Very similar to my 3 approach discs. I have 3 different companies of pretty much 7502, because I'm a big fan of that for my backhand fairway drivers. First one is this gorgeous, if you've checked out my Instagram, you've seen it. This gorgeous Throjo's Discraft Athena. This thing is so great. The tournament this Saturday, there's about 4 holes I used this on, and I just parked a couple of them the other day. I mean, it's so great. So I'm very excited for that. I have the Bridgeport stamped disc golf bra T-Bird that is signed by my bras, a group of guys that I found when I discovered disc golf in Connecticut. Ryan, Jim, Brian, and Spencer. Those are my guys, and I had them sign it for me just because I love those guys. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be disc golfing, and I carry them with me wherever I go play. And then the disc that got me out of my first tournament rut, the Goonies Never Say Die Explorer. Tournament last year, I was doing really, really bad, and I was super in my head. I just pulled this out and started throwing it, and everything clicked. And I made a nice comeback. I got 9th, but from like 20th, it was a really good spot to end in. So 3 different companies for a 7502. If I'm ever wondering why I'm so inconsistent, it's probably because I throw all the companies. But I love these 3 discs. They all have a very specific spot in my bag. This one for aiming off to the right and hyzer backhands. This one for just nice straight down the alley with a little fade. And then this one will get a little turnover if I put a little juice on it with the backhand. So notice how I distinguish backhand and forehand. My forehand is way better than my backhand. It's way more powerful, so I don't turn things over as much with my backhand. Moving up a little higher speed, I have these 2 sidewinders. I found the Christine Jennings sidewinder in the used bin. It was a blue one, $5. This is months ago, probably last October. Found the used bin, went out to the course, threw an ace. I was like, well, I never want to ever give this disc up. About 2 weeks later, fell out of my bag. Have no idea what happened to it. So I found these ones in the used bin, and I grabbed them up immediately. I'm hoping to still find my blue one someday, but these discs help me get great distance without feeling like I have to throw it really hard, which is something I struggle with a lot. So I just want to throw the disc as hard as I can. So being nice and smooth, I get great distance with these 2 sidewinders. Going just a little bit beefier. Another 6 claw, the Undertaker. I ignored the Undertaker for a long time because it wasn't a good disc to me. That's because I was very bad and I just threw nose up all the time. But now that I'm somewhat a better player, this Undertaker is really nice. If I have a nice open field that I need a little bit of fade in the end, maybe about 310 feet, as long as I get my nose angle down, it'll be really nice. And if the nose angle is not down, it'll end up way over there. So, and then the beefiest of my 9 speeds, nice Thunderbird. This is where I kind of start introducing discs where I throw forehand, because I can just baby this one and it'll go really straight for a while, maybe get a little turn. And if I'm in a strong headwind, I'll definitely throw a backhand because it won't turn over at all. Because like I said, my backhand is not super insanely powerful. So this one's mainly for forehands, but I have thrown it backhand before. Moving up to 2 of my favorite discs, the Millennium Draco and the Drew Gibson Scepter. Pretty much the same type of disc, 9304. I'm not exactly sure what the Scepter numbers are. It's gotta be something like that. This Draco, I mean, if anyone that's played with me knows, I love this Draco so much. I got it because I saw it was a disc that Calvin aced with at Maple Hill. And the first time I ever threw it, I was like, all right, I'm just like Calvin and just shank off to the right, forehand. I'm like, what the heck? So I had to flex it, but now it's so beat in and I figured out how to throw it that I can throw it flat and actually get it to turn over a little bit. I love this disc. I lost it at one point and I was distraught, but it got found and returned. Actually, that happened twice. So thank you very much to those people. And then this Scepter, it's very similar. I just love a good beefy disc to throw on a forehand that I know is gonna fade back. It's really good to have. Going a little bit higher speed, I just recently got into Scorches. I have like 5 or 6, but I've only got one in the bag because this one's flying really nice for me. And the other one that was flying nice is currently in the top of a 100-foot tree. Story for later. But yeah, the Scorch is really nice. It'll go straight for a long time, get some good turn. Once again, as long as I keep my nose angle down. It's probably universal, but it definitely happens for me a lot. But I've really been liking this Scorch as of recently. And then I have these 2 Wraiths. It's last year's Nathan Queen and this year's Nathan Queen. I tried Wraiths multiple times. G-Star Wraiths, Champion, Star, and I hated them all. Halo, I hated the Wraith because I just didn't get it. Maybe I was the problem, I probably was. I threw this for the first time about 5 months ago and I was in love. Like, it feels good in the hand. No, this feels so good in the hand. and I rip my forehand with a little bit of hyzer, and I get such good flex out of it. And if there's a little bit of a headwind, I'll backhand this and just get great distance. I think I hit 350 the one time, which for me is a really big deal. And a lot of people were like, 350 with a putter, or, you know, whatever. But nah, getting 350 with this was a huge deal. And I love these Nathan Queen Wraiths. The plastic is so awesome. I think it's Champion Glow. Oh, I love it. I got one more coming at some point, gonna get a blue one, so. And my last 3 discs. This is a Thought Space Synapse. I found it on a course inside a tree that I was looking for my disc. No name or number on it, so I threw it a bit. It was super overstable. I saw it with like the same numbers as a Destroyer. I was throwing one day at my local course, and I hit an ace. And I was like, well, this is never leaving the bag. This is another one that I know is gonna fade back right with my forehand. I throw it really, really low, like 5 inches off the ground. It'll get such good distance and great ground action. My Wise Old Bruh Champion Destroyer. I'm actually trying to get Disc Golf Bruh to get a Wise Old Bruh Part 2. Maybe, you know, inspired by me with the beard and the hair. What do you think? Comment below. Maybe send them a message. Let's get the Wise Old Bruh 2 back in action. I love this thing. It's a destroyer. It's lightweight, so I can backhand it if I need to. But with forehand, I can throw it nice and easy. It'll keep its line, and if I need to burn it over, I'll put a little extra on it. Great go-to disc. And the one that I found at the used bin, because I love me a good Thrasher, Z-Flex Thrasher. One of the first times I threw this, I got about 350 distance, sort of downhill, but it was really good. Flipped up and just reacted great. So I'll throw this thing with a little bit of hyzer, it'll flip up. Great turn, and I just love it. If I have a wide open field and I need to get max distance, this is gonna be one of my go-to discs. So yeah, I mean, I have a very mixed bag. But I'm currently registered for 6 events, and I got about 12 sanctioned on the year planned. So my rating is 887, and I'm hoping to get it up to 900 by the end of the season. I definitely think that's doable. I just got to keep a calm-headed mind and play my game during tournaments, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, if you watch the whole thing, thank you so much. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the season on how it's going. Please go support Disc Golf Bruh. If you use the code JJ10 when you check out, you will get 10% off. And that's pretty much that. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you next time.